You're working hard, bringing home a decent paycheck, but somehow the money just evaporates. Every month feels the same, bills paid, groceries covered, and then nothing left. Meanwhile, someone making the exact same salary as you is building a six-figure net worth while you're stuck at zero. Here's the catch. They're not smarter or luckier. They just stopped lighting money on fire in 10 specific places. By the end of this video, I'll show you the exact spending traps that keep people broke forever, and more importantly, how to plug those leaks starting today so your money can actually compound instead of disappear. My name is Ivan, and I help people understand the psychology and mechanics behind building real wealth. If you're tired of wondering why your bank account never seems to grow despite making decent money, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if this video helps you figure out where you've been going wrong. Here's why this matters. Building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about 50 small decisions every month that either build your future or drain it. Two people making $70,000 a year can end up in completely different places. One retires with $2 million, the other retires with nothing and works until 75. The difference isn't income. It's where the money goes. If you can spot the leaks, you can redirect that cash into investments that actually compound. Let's get into it. Waste 1. Designer clothes and expensive name brands. Look, I know you want to look good. We all want to look good, but don't look so good today that you forfeit your future. You look real good today, but can you take care of your future rent? You look real good today, but can you handle an $800 car repair without panic? It's just not worth it to wear a name brand when a lot of that money could be going toward your future wealth, your future independence, your future freedom. Now, I'm not talking to the millionaire watching this video. If you have an $800,000 net worth, this probably isn't for you. Buy what you want. But I'm talking to the person who's trying to build wealth and doesn't like where they are right now with money. Having one or two pairs of quality shoes, no big deal. But if you only buy red bottoms or you only buy Gucci and Prada because you want to show them off to other people, that's a complete waste of money. Here's the math. A pair of designer shoes for $600 versus a quality non-branded pair for $120. That's a $480 difference. Do that twice a year and you've wasted nearly $1,000 annually. Over 10 years at 7% return, that's almost $14,000 you just threw away to impress people who don't care about you. The consequence? You traded future options for temporary validation. Wealthy people understand this instinctively. They dress well, but they don't need logos to prove anything. The action? Set a clothing budget and stick to it. If you're making $50,000, spending more than 5% of your take-home on clothes is wealth destruction. Waste 2. Overpriced tech gadgets and constant upgrades. Buying the latest smartphone or the latest accessory or the latest gadget every single year. That's unjustified because it really doesn't offer any significant upgrades from the previous version. You've got the 2.0 version from 2 years ago that's working just fine, doing everything you need it to do, but you've got to get the latest 4.0 version to make sure you have the newest, most up-to-date whatever. Here's the trap. If the thing does everything you need it to do, stick with it. Why upgrade? You don't have to convince yourself you need an upgrade just to have the newest $2,000 gadget when the one you have works just fine. We're talking cell phones, tablets, laptops, all that. You don't have to upgrade because they put out a new model and tell you need it. The math is brutal. Upgrading your phone every year instead of every 3 years costs you roughly $1,000 annually. That's $12,000 over 12 years, which compounds to over $20,000 at 7% return. That's real money vaporized for marginal improvements you won't even notice 6 months later. The psychology here is status anxiety. You feel like you're falling behind if you don't have the latest tech. But wealthy people keep their devices until they actually stop functioning. The action? Set a replacement cycle. Phones every 3 to 4 years, laptops every 5 to 6 years. Let the early adopters pay the premium while you invest the difference. Waste 3, credit card interest charges. Look, it's extremely expensive to carry a credit card balance, especially if you're only making minimum payments. Here's what a lot of people don't realize. The interest you pay on credit cards compounds. This means you end up paying interest on top of interest, which grows the debt you owe exponentially, really fast, because you're compounding the interest that you owe. This money you're spending on credit card interest could be used to pay off debt faster, invest and grow wealth, or save for big ticket items. There are meaningful purposes for this money, and the interest can be entirely avoided if you just pay the credit card balance before it's due every month or don't use credit cards at all. You might be saying, but I want my credit card points, the rewards and bonuses they offer. Listen, if you're paying credit card interest, you're negating the money you save from those points. Let me make this concrete. The average credit card APR is around 22%. If you carry a $5,000 balance and only make minimum payments, you'll pay over $8,000 in interest over the life of that debt. That's $8,000 that could have been invested and grown to over $30,000 in 20 years. Waste 4, unused subscriptions. We're talking streaming services, gym memberships, software you forgot you signed up for. Unused subscriptions drain your finances in a real subtle way, so you almost don't even realize it. Regularly assess what you've got and cancel what you don't use. If you don't use it enough to justify the $3.99 per month charge or the $14.99 charge, you need to get rid of it. Sometimes all you really need based on your usage is the free version of whatever they offer. You don't need that extra premium service because you don't use it anyway. But a lot of people don't assess this regularly. They signed up 3 years ago and $9.99 is coming out of their checking account every single month. They don't even realize it. It's just been happening for years and years and years. Waste 5, lottery tickets. I know the dream's enticing. We sit around and think about what we'd do if we won $1 million or $10 million. We have these conversations dreaming about winning the lottery. I get it. But in the end, when it's all said and done, buying lottery tickets is really a waste of money. You say, well, I don't buy that many, $5 or $10 a month, $5 or $10 a week. That adds up though. Some people spend a lot more. In my opinion, the lottery is a tax on the poor because if you look at the statistics, the people that put the most money into the lottery by buying tickets are typically poorer people. Those are the people that want that big win, that want that come up of money. Playing the lottery is like throwing money out the window. Waste 6, frequent food delivery. Let me say this up front. If you have an ailment, disability, or injury that prevents you from getting up and going to get food for yourself, I'm not mad at you. I completely understand. But if that's not you, I don't get it. We don't grow our own food, and many of us don't even make our own food or cook our own food. So if you don't grow your own food or make your own food and you don't cook your own food, the least you could do is get off your behind and go buy your own food instead of having it delivered. Some people would rather spend $30 for a sandwich because of the extra delivery fee plus tip when you could just drive 3 or 4 or 5 miles away and get it for $12. But you'd rather spend $30 having it delivered to you when you're an able-bodied human being able to go get your own food. You'd rather spend the extra money for convenience. At what point does convenience become just not worth it when you can do something for yourself? When you're spending money on DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that, you're wasting a lot of extra money that could be spent elsewhere. Here's the math. Ordering delivery 3 times a week at an extra $15 per order in fees and tips is $45 weekly. That's $2,340 annually. Over 10 years invested at 7%, that's over $32,000. The consequence? You're trading future wealth for present laziness. The action? Batch your errands. Pick up food when you're already out. Meal prep on Sundays? Save delivery for actual emergencies, not Tuesday night convenience. Waste 7, trendy health and fitness equipment. If I go in one more person's basement and in the corner they have unused, unplugged, never before turned on exercise equipment sitting there collecting dust, I'm gonna have to go off on somebody. Kaid, you are absolutely wasting your money on exercise gadgets you don't use. Things like smart yoga mats, ellipticals, high-end treadmills, or that thing that goes on the wall that you punch at. You don't really need these things to actually be in shape or be more healthy. Can they help? Yeah, they can help if you actually use them and drag them out of the corner. But after the initial excitement fades, what are you doing? Are you actually using these things you're buying and spending thousands of dollars on? I've got an idea. If you want to be in the absolute best shape of your life, because we all know health is wealth, all you got to do is walk 5 miles a day, do 200 to 300 squats a day, do 500 crunches a day, at least 100 push-ups a day, and then eat less, eat better, move more, and drink lots of water. If you do those things, you'll be in the absolute best shape of your life. And the beauty of all those things I just mentioned, they're all free. It costs you no money, not a dime. But most people get all excited and hyped up and motivated, and they go out and buy this elliptical that's $2,000 that they really can't afford and really won't use. Waste 8, expensive online courses and weekend boot camps. Look, I'm going to step on some toes with this one. The 8th complete waste of money is buying these expensive online courses and attending these expensive weekend boot camps or conferences, or paying somebody $20,000 to have a one-on-one consultation with them. No, no, and no. This promise of self-improvement and this promise of making more money or increasing your business or some type of personal growth, all those things can lead to overspending on things you really don't have to overspend on. Look, I get it. I want you to grow, but I want you to focus on a few inexpensive, high-quality resources and then actually apply what you learn from those few inexpensive resources to get where you want to go. 9 times out of 10, you can get the same information you would have gotten at that $20,000 conference for free or for a fraction of the cost. I know the marketing and the pitching and how they lure you in and entice you. I know it's very strong. They pull on your emotions, tell you a good story, and get you wrapped in and roped into this expensive offer or challenge they have. These pitches are well tested and designed to get you to spend a whole bunch of money you may not even have. I know people who went to weekend boot camps or spent one-on-one time with somebody on a yacht for $50,000 or $70,000 and went into debt to do it. They swiped it on a credit card. That's a complete waste of your money. Your job is to resist that. Stop spending $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 on somebody's coaching. I'm going to get pushback, but I can take it. I'm telling you the real. It's not necessary. It's a complete waste of money to go get that $10,000 or $20,000 online course. You just don't need it. Waste 9, brand new cars. Buying a brand new car when a slightly used 3 or 4-year-old car will save you tons of money. A new car loses 20 to 30% of its value in the first year and up to 50% of its value in the first 4 or 5 years. This means when you buy a brand new car, you're really just paying a premium for something that's ultimately and very quickly going to go down in value and become worth a whole lot less than what you paid for it. That money you spend for that premium could be used somewhere else, investing, saving, or buying other assets that are going up in value where you can make that money grow instead of losing it. Buying a slightly used car where you allow someone else to take the hit of the depreciation in the first year or two is usually a far better financial value for most of us. At the same time, a 2 or 3-year-old car still offers lots of reliability and quality. Here's the math. A $30,000 new car loses about $7,000 in year 1. Buy that same car at 3 years old for $18,000 and you save $12,000. Invested over 20 years at 7%, that's over $46,000. The consequence? New car buyers are literally paying a premium to lose money faster. The action? Set a rule, never buy new unless your net worth exceeds $1 million. Until then, buy 3 to 5-year-old cars from reliable brands, pay cash or finance for 3 years maximum, and let someone else eat the depreciation curve. Waste 10. Expensive weddings and engagement rings. Spending $30,000, $50,000, or even $80,000 on a single-day wedding event is financial insanity, especially if you're going into debt to do it. Same goes for the 3-month salary engagement ring rule. That was literally invented by a diamond company's marketing campaign, not tradition. The average wedding now costs over $30,000. The average engagement ring runs around $6,000. That's $36,000 before you even start your life together. Here's the trap. Weddings have become performances for other people. You're paying for an audience, for Instagram photos, for relatives you barely talk to. Meanwhile, studies show couples who spend less on weddings actually have lower divorce rates. Why? They start from financial agreement, not debt and stress. Here's the math. Spend $10,000 on a simple wedding instead of $40,000 on the Instagram version. That's $30,000 saved. Invested at 7% over 30 years, that becomes over $228,000. You literally traded $250,000 in retirement wealth for centerpieces your guests won't remember. The action? Cap wedding spending at 10% of combined annual income, maximum. Keep the engagement ring under 1 month's salary. Start your marriage with wealth, not debt. Here's the brutal truth. The person making $60,000 who avoids these 10 wastes will be wealthier than the person making $120,000 who doesn't. Same hours in the day, different outcomes. Wealth isn't about what you make. It's about what you keep and what you do with it. The path to wealth is boring, but it works. And it starts with stopping the bleeding.